All right. Well, I started out, I finished up high school here in Crockett back in '82. And, from that point on, I got married and moved off to Lufkin for about 20 years. And then we uh, then we moved to Central Texas for about 10 years or so. And then moved back to Lufkin and when the financial crisis hit in 2008. And I've been a builder for all those years. And, and then uh, we just decided one day that we wanted to move back to Crockett and try to rebuild our town. We come driving through one day and kind of noticed how run down everything had become from the time we were here. And I said, man, we got to come back here and try to rebuild this city, if we can. And so I come back and started building our house. And then from there it just kind of snowballed, and I started building houses all over the East Texas area, and then one day I was fortunate enough to get this building. And uh, and we tore it apart and rebuilt it. And I felt like if I do this, maybe it'll create a little excitement in town. And I actually think that that's happened, because we've rebuilt probably 8 or 10 buildings just on the square itself in the last 2 years now, so that has actually come to fruition there. And, so from that point on, we're continuing to build houses and trying to build back Crockett. I think the biggest thing is to be a good steward of the tax money that comes in. And um, let the people know what you're doing and why you're doing it. And sometimes that tax money may have to go towards people to keep our police department intact. We were losing policemen left and right, so we had to do something with the tax money to be competitive with salaries. To keep and have a good police department. So, as well as the fire department and all the utilities. We had to do the same thing straight across the board. So I think it's investing in people and investing in infrastructure. Those types of things is what our role is. Um, I am a open book. Number one, I'm always available. Uh, they have my cell number. They call me. They call me in other precincts because they know I'll answer and they know I'll give them an answer for whatever question they have. So be accessible um, and be as open and honest as you can possibly be, and just let them know that you prioritize streets. I do the worst to the best. I don't play favorites with anybody. I just look at the worst streets, and we only get 10 streets a year personally within the city to fix, so we just pick the worst ones and kind of go up the ladder from there. And and anybody has my number and they can call me at any time, and I generally will answer any questions. Uh, we need more. We need more revenue to fix our streets, our infrastructure, our water lines, sewer lines. In certain areas are still not up to par, which I know that we've got some big programs that are already taken care of that are coming. For example, Houston Avenue and Goliad and Gray Street are all going to be in Precinct One are all going to be redone within this next year, or within this year, I believe. They're going to get started on it. So, and that's through a third party, and so it will go quicker. It'll still be a long process because it's a full blown redo and new water lines, the whole 9 yards. So that'll be coming this year probably. Um, and so we've got big things that are coming, and we're doing big things, and we're going to have more sidewalks coming too to finish out around the square and everything. I think it would be a valuable uh, asset to the city, but I do not think it needs to be that much of a separate entity. It needs to be totally ran. The city council can be the board of the CEIDC as well as, because we are responsible for that corporation and all the decisions that are made there. So, with that being said, we need to be the board members of the CEIDC as well as being city councilmen. And we need to be the ones that are making the decisions there. And all the payroll and everything, all the bills need to be ran through the city and through our billing department and not in a separate entity at all. We need I think, a very good businessman that has a lot of connections throughout the state that can see all the weaknesses we have in our city and what businesses we need to bring in with all the empty buildings we've got, assess all that. And once you assess all that, then you know what your needs are. Then you go out to those companies that are successful and try to entice them to come to our city. I'm a businessman, and I know without good businesses, then poor people don't have jobs. Okay, so you need your businesses to make everything thrive. You need it for the tax burden that the city has, so that we can drive our tax rate down, not up. And once we get that going in the right direction, our tax rate will lower, and we'll also have more vital interest in our town that'll bring in more tourists and just visitors in general, that'll want to come and stay here in Crockett because we'll have so many different options for them to do. So that's been my goal ever since I've been here, is to get all these empty buildings filled and try to revitalize everything that we can throughout the town. The old houses, everything. Just try to get it cleaned up and get it to where it used to be like that. It used to be a really shaken little town, and that's my goal. That's what I want it to be like again, because you look all over the state, and there are a lot of little towns like this that are dying on the branch. So we don't want to be that. We got too many things. We got too many main highways running through here that feed a lot of Texas. So there's no reason for us to die on the vine. No reason at all. So that's why I feel like I'm a good choice to be a part of that. I have no agenda at all other than just do the best I can for the city, and that's it. I make my living building houses and what have you. I don't have any other motive other than that, and that's it.